and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and I am a first semester nursing student. Today I have clinical and it is currently 6 a.m. I'm about to leave my house to go to my clinical site, and for today's video I just wanted to walk you guys through what I do for clinical day in the life of a nursing student. So if you want to see more of that, stay tuned. See you guys in a little bit. Hey you guys, so it's actually been a couple of days since clinical and I just could not record that day. Like, it just did not work out for me. So I figured that I would sit down with you guys and talk to you about what I do in clinical. So disclaimer, each clinical is going to be different, each school is different, and my clinical experience may be completely different from yours. So I just wanted to add that in there, that this is my experience and everyone's may be different. So my clinical days are Wednesdays and Thursdays in the morning from like 6:30 a.m. to about 1:30 p.m. And the day before clinical, our first day of clinical, so basically on Tuesday, we actually go to the clinical site, select a patient, and do a clinical prep on that patient. So clinical prep basically preps us for caring for a patient, and we do a full workup on their medical diagnosis, their medications, their history. Just basically we research and learn about that patient so that on Wednesday and Thursday when we care for them, we know all about them so we can provide the best care. So on my actual clinical day, I usually like to arrive around like 6:20, and that way I'm able to log into the computer and look at my patient's chart, see if they have any new orders, any new medications, just anything that I need to know about to better care for that patient that day. After that, typically the nurses like to have a huddle in the morning and just talk about any new policies and procedures or just anything important that pertains to that specific shift. So like I said, each student is basically assigned a patient, and each nurse on the unit has around 4 to 5 patients. So typically what that means for us is that the patient that we picked or we were assigned to has a particular nurse. So we then shadow that nurse and we are paired up with that specific nurse that has the patient that we did our clinical prep on. The nurse that we are assigned to doesn't just have our patient. Typically they will have 3 to 4 other patients that they're caring for. And what we do is we shadow that nurse and we care for all of their patients, but we have a greater focus and a greater understanding of the patient that we did the clinical prep on. So once we met up with our nurse and after we received report from the night shift nurse, we, meaning like myself and the nurse, will go to each patient's room, do vital signs, do head-to-toe assessments, do morning care, and then after morning care, that is when the nurses typically give their medications. And at this point, we aren't giving medications to all 4 patients, all 4 of the nurses' patients, but we specifically will give meds to the patient that we've done the clinical prep on. So after we've basically done all of that, typically my cohort, which is myself and 9 other students and my professor, we will meet up and just kind of talk about our day, talk about what we've done, and we'll talk about a policy or procedure of the hospital and just kind of have like a mini presentation on different topics that relate to nursing. So for example, I think my topic was on, what was it on? I think it was on like the nursing process. So assessment, diagnosis, planning, what am I missing? Interventions and evaluation. So like ADPI basically. So after we meet for our little huddle as a class, Then we'll go back out onto the unit, ask the nurse if she needs help with anything else, and independently do their the nurse's afternoon vitals. And usually, like, if a vital is out of range, then we will go to the nurse and let them know that what we found, basically. So far clinical has been a really great experience. As the weeks have progressed, I'm getting more and more comfortable. I think I talked to you guys about my first day of clinical and like how terrified I was talking to patients, but now I feel so much more comfortable and I'm just learning so much, and I'm feeling more confident that, like, dang, I'm gonna be there at one point. Because the nurses, like, they are literal superheroes. They know their stuff. They are super smart. They really care for their patients. So it is gonna be exciting. So that's basically all I do at clinical as of right now. I am in my first semester, so we haven't learned a ton of skills quite yet. All we really do at this point are vitals, morning care, some meds, and yeah. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to watch more of my nursing videos. And if you are a nursing student and there's something that you do in clinical that we don't do, leave me a comment below. And if you're a pre-nursing student and there's anything that you want to know more about, leave me a comment below. And thank you to everyone that has left comments and has been super supportive of my channel. I really appreciate you guys. You are the best, and I see all of your video requests. I will try to get to them as soon as possible. It's just been crazy. Nursing school it's full-time madness, but it's amazing. Don't get me wrong. So thank you guys for tuning in once again, and I will see you in the next video.